Okay, our title today is Expressions. Expressions. Review. And this is number 5. Now we're going to do some problems similar to what is in your workbook. Something like this. This is not the problem, just something like this. You have a shape, you have expressions on the sides of them, and you're going to have to figure out the distance. That's what we're going to be doing. Now I'm going to keep this on half of the page, okay, on this left half of the page. I'm going to try and keep it all on one page. So find the perimeter. So that is peri, P-E-R-I, and then meter. Find the perimeter if x equals 3 feet. Find the perimeter if x equals 3 feet. And so we're going to do 3 problems going down the left side of the page. So as you can see, I'm going to have number 1, number 2, and number 3 on the left side of the page. So now we're going to do 3 drawings and find out the perimeter of each drawing. So our first drawing is just a rectangle. Let me zoom in on that. See the space I need for below it? Okay, just a simple rectangle. Let's put the measurements on the side. Now, this, maybe you've seen this before. These 2 lines mean that these are the same lengths. And we're going to make that 5. All right, and the other 2 sides gets the expression 2x minus 1. I know this is a little bizarre, but it's just practicing using our expressions. So this length and this length are both 2x minus 1. And this length are both 5. And that's how we identify sides on any geometric figure if they are the same. All right, so perimeter is going all the way around. And if this side right here is 2x minus 1, then that means this side here, and I'm going to write this, you don't have to if you don't want to, 2x minus 1. And if this side is 5, then that means this side is 5. Okay, now perimeter is going all the way around. So we need to add all this up together, combine all this up together to get the expression. So let's start off with our x's. Now I'm going to do just like, I don't want to rewrite this. So what I'll do is I'll say I have this many x's, 2 x's, and I have another 2x. So how much is 2x and 2x? Right, that would just be 4x. Okay, then I have my constants. My constants, I'll just put boxes around those. I have a 5, a minus 1 or negative 1, and another minus 1, negative 1. So put all those together, those constants, and let's see, 5 and 5 is 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, and 9 minus 1 is 8. It's 8, positive 8. So that is the expression going all the way around, 4x plus 8. And the question is, find the perimeter if x is 3 feet. So if x is 3, this is what we have. We have 4 and this is 3. And then you have plus 8. So how much is that? That would give us 4 times 3 is 12. And 12 plus 8 is 20. And we said this is 3 feet, so this must be 20 feet. That's how long it is going around the entire perimeter. So going along the entire perimeter, this is the expression we use. And if you put a 3 in there for x, it's 20 feet. Why did we put a 3? Because that's the directions. If x is 3 feet. Now, if it was something else, it'd be a different number. Okay, here's the next shape. Remember, you're going to need room underneath it to write. So this looks similar to what you might see on the bottom of a Black Widow, right? Kind of like this, kind of an hourglass, maybe not quite. If I was to draw a line right there, I'd have 2 trapezoids if I drew a line right there. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the measurements. Okay, all of these measurements here, these sides, they are the same. They are the same. And they are 3. Okay, so each one of those is 3. Each one of those side lengths. And then these side lengths that have 2 little slashes, hash marks in them, they're also the same. And they are, excuse me, let me use a different color here. They are going to be 2a. Why am I putting a in there? It should be 2x. It has to be an x. 2x. My bad. All right, now first of all, we need to find the perimeter. Write an expression for the perimeter. All right, if this is a 3, then that means all of these are 3s. That's a 3, 3, 3. And if this side is 2x, this other side matches it. That is 2x. Now we need to put all of this together. So let's see, this side, this is 2x, and this is 2x. Remember, we want to find the perimeter, so we have to add them all together. 2x and 2x makes 4x. And then for the numbers, let's see, I have 3, 3, 6, 9, and 12. If I add those together, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So that means that it is 4x plus 12. That's the expression of the perimeter going around here. All right, now we need to substitute, and we need to put a 3 in here for x, right? We need to put a 3 in there. So it is going to be 4 times 3 plus 12. 4 times 3 is 12. So now we have 12 plus 12. And 12 plus 12 is 24. Okay, so just to go back up a little bit, we put a 3 in there because it told us in the directions that find the perimeter if x is 3 feet. If x is 3 feet. So if x is 3 feet, that's 12 plus, that's 24 feet. So the perimeter going around here, the length, if x is 3 feet, this whole thing going around is 24 feet if x is 3. And if you get a little crammed like I am, cramp for room, just kind of separate it. There you go. Again, I'm trying to put on 1 page, but you can put on 2 pages. Okay. Okay, last drawing. Okay, don't worry too much about getting it proper. My lines are not straight. I did not use a ruler. You don't need to use one either. But do you recall the name of this shape right here? What is the name of this shape? All right, so now this side is one length. Actually, I didn't even need to do that, did I? Darn it. Okay. Well, these two are the same, and this is not the same. All right, so we have three different sizes. We have this size, we have these two are the same, and then this one's different though. So really all I need to do is just show which ones are the same. I should not have done that, but that's okay. It's okay, no worries. All right, here are the measurements that we'll put into the expressions for each side. This bottom will be 2x plus 3. The top, 6x minus 3. And the side is 4x plus 1. Well, since I'm writing this, I might as well write it over here too. It just makes it easier for counting purposes. All right, now we need to go ahead and find the total. We want to find the length going around here. And we want to figure it out when x is 3. So let's first, we could put a 3 in here and 3 there, a 3 there and 3 there, and come up with the answer. But let's put it all together first. So let's see, let's put our x's together. We have 2x, 4x, 6x, and 4x. So let's see, how much is that? 6, 10, 12, 16, 16x. All right, how about the constants? Constants, you have a plus 3 and a minus 3. That would make 0. Those two, plus 3 minus 3 is 0. And you have a 1 and another 1. So it looks like we just have 2, because these two would cancel each other. 2, 6x, 16x, plus 2. Now what happens if we put 3 for the x? Why are we putting 3? Because it says right here, find the perimeter if x is 3 feet. So I put 3 in there for the perimeter, for the x, excuse me. Okay, so we just need to calculate this. 16 times 3. This just happens to be one I memorized. And then 48 and 2. And we said this is feet, so this is 50 feet. So going all the way around would be 50 feet. That's large. Yeah, if this was like on the ground, an outline on the ground, maybe you're going to put some sort of concrete, this shape, the outside of it, 50 feet. Okay, I'm going to go to the top of my paper. I think I'm just going to go ahead and separate this also. Sometimes I like to do that. That's about as artistic as I get. All right, so now let's go on to number 4. And what we're doing is we're simplifying. I always think I'm misspelling it whenever I do this, but simplifying. These are kind of long expressions. So they're a little long. They're like 2 parts. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So you're going to take the outside times each inside number. That's a -5. The outside, that's +4, times each one inside. That's a -6. And if you remember the rules for multiplying, you could think of the switches if you'd like to. I don't know if that's easy for you or not, but basically it comes down to positive and positive is positive, right? If you have one negative, it's negative. And if you have two negatives, it's positive. Two positives is positive, and two negatives is positive. That's weird, but that's the way it works when multiplying. One negative is negative. So using those rules here, 3 times 4 is 12, 12x, and there's one negative. I'm using one negative, so it's negative. 3 times 5 is 15. Now I'm multiplying with two negatives. Two negatives cancel when multiplying, so it's +15. Then I have 4 times 2, that's 2x, that's 8x. Now they're both positive, so it's a positive. Put a plus in front of it. Don't just leave a number hanging, all right? Put something in front of it. And then we have 4 times 6 is 24. And there's one negative. So it's negative or minus. Think of it that way. It's the same result. Now let's put together our like terms. Put together the coefficients. Notice I'm circling the number in front of it, the sign in front of it. So I have 12 and 8. They're different. And this is like putting things on your tongue. So now we're not using multiplying rules. We're using where we're combining like terms. So you just want to see if they're the same. It's like putting flavors on your tongue. A mint or something spicy. Think of your tongue. So looking at this one, I have more cold than I do hot. More mint. How much more mint? 12 take away 8 is 4. There's more negative, so it's negative. Now let's look at the constants. There's 15 and there's -24. So if you put a bunch of mints and you put some hot cinnamon, can you see that there's more mint? It's going to be more mint flavor. How much more? So 24 minus 15 basically is the answer. 24 take away 15 is going to give us 9. And that is the answer. That's all you can do. It's now reduced. There's nothing else. It's simplified. There's nothing more you can do. And we're not putting any number in there. It didn't ask us to. It just said simplify it. Oops, I started a little bit before you, but here's number 5. And if things get a little crowded, just put a little line between it. So -8 times 2a minus 3b. Now this time we're using a's and b's instead of x's. It's okay. Then we have -5 times 6, and that's a letter b. 6b minus 4a. This is taken from your book. I want to use the same letters, variables. Sometimes the b looks like the number 6, so kind of be careful of that. Okay, so let's do the outside times the inside. Right? So you're going to take -8 times 2 and times this -3, right? That's -3 there. So what does that leave us with? Let's see, 8 times 2 is 16. So 16A. Now there's one negative. And remember, we're using the switches. One negative means it's negative. On the next one, 8 times negative 3, or 8 times 3 is 24. I'll put 24. 24, letter B. And I'm using two negatives. I'm multiplying with two negatives. All right, next one, take negative 5 times 6, and then negative 5 times this negative 4. So let's see. 5 times 6 is 30, so it's 30b. And there's one negative, so it's negative. So you put a minus there. Don't just leave it hanging. Then I have 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. There's an A there. And I'm using two negatives. Multiplying with two negatives cancel. So it's a plus. All right, so now we need to put together the like terms. All right, let's start with let's go alphabetical. We have our A's. Let's see, oh, here's another one right here. So you have negative 16A and positive 20. Now we're dealing like on the tongue. Put these on the tongue. It looks like there's more spicy or hot. And so how much more? 20 minus, it's 4 more. So this would be 4A. And there's more positive, right? More positive, so it's positive 4A. There's more spicy. The next one, we have 24 B's and we have negative 30 B's. Okay, they're different. There's more negative, there's more mint. How much more mint is there? How many more? 30 take away 24 is 6. There's 6 more mint. And that is your answer. So there's more positive A's, that's why it's positive, and there's more negative B's, and that's why it's negative. Okay, we're going to use different variables here. We're going to use the letter G and the letter H. So this would be 3G minus 4H minus 2. All right, so let's take the outside times the inside. Sorry, I spaced out for a moment. Let's see, so we're gonna have 10 times 5, 10 times negative 2, right? And then 10 times negative 3. So doing those, that's gonna leave me with 10 times 5 is 50. Hopefully you're going faster than I am. 50G. 10 times 2 is 20. So 20H, but there's one negative. So it's negative. All right, 10 times 3 is 30. And there's one negative, so it's negative. All right, then I'll go ahead and do this negative 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 12G, but there's one negative. Next, I'll do 4 times this negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4. That's going to leave me with 4 times 4 is 16. 16H. Two negatives cancel. So that's plus. And then the last one, times a negative 2 there. So 4 times 2 is 8. Two negatives cancel when multiplying. So that's a plus 8. That's pretty long. Two variables like that. All right, let's go alphabetical. Let's do letter G first. So I have 50G and minus 12G, negative 12G. So 50 and negative 12. 50 minus 12. Okay, so how many G's is that? 50 take away 12 would give us 38. 38 G's. And see, it's more positive. That's why it's positive 38G. Now let's go for the H's. I think I'll use a different, well, I'll just use rectangles, boxes, for the H's. So I have negative 20H and I have a positive 16H. Notice how I'm including the sign in front of it. Negative and positive. Okay, well, they're different signs, so I have to subtract them. There's definitely more negative, right? How much more negative is there? 20 take away 16 is 4. All right, now we come down to our constants. Now, if you're just using a pencil, one thing you could do, and I'll keep it the same color, is to, I don't know, maybe make a cloud around it. Some people use triangles instead, but make a cloud. Negative 30 and positive 8. Well, there's definitely more negative, right? There's more negative. Negative 30 and positive 8. There's more negative, so I know it's minus. So 30 take away 8 would give us 22. So if you put 30 mints and 8 hot things on your tongue, there's definitely more mint. How much more? 22. Okay, why am I doing that? I don't know. I guess I got into cloud making. Okay, last problem. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Not nearly as long as the others. Okay, see if you can go ahead and get the answer to this. I'll just pause a little bit and give you time. Remember, you should use distributive first. Do not subtract first. Remember, you do multiplying, distributive property first. This is multiplying. So right here. So 5 times 2 is 10. And there's one negative. 5 times 1 is 5. And there's one negative I'm using. And then I'll bring the rest of it down. Some people forget to do that. Now you can combine your like terms. I'll pause just for a second in case you want to see if you can get the correct answer. Okay, put together the coefficients, your x's. Notice I'm circling what's in front of it. So negative 10, positive 3. There's more negative, right? So on your tongue, there'd be more negative. How much more? 10 take away 3 is 7. That's how many more there would be. All right, now what about the constants? Notice I'm making sure I get the number, the sign in front of it. Positive, that's just 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5 is 2, positive 2. And there's the correct answer. Congratulations if you did that correctly. Great job, people.